Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Perkenalkan, saya Hafidah Ruminar, dosen bahasa Inggris di Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya. Pada kesempatan kali ini, saya akan memaparkan pernyataan diri mengenai pengajaran sebagai bagian dari Unjuk Kerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi untuk Serdos Gelombang 1 tahun 2025. Saya mengampu mata kuliah bahasa Inggris di Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Brawijaya, Malang dengan kode UBU 6004. Mata kuliah bahasa Inggris ini merupakan mata kuliah wajib dengan bobot 2 SKS dan memiliki 16 pertemuan termasuk UTS dan UAS di dalamnya. Pada video kali ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang deskripsi mata kuliah, capaian pembelajaran lulusan dan capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah, materi pembelajaran, serta metode delivery, interaction, dan assessment. Adapun terkait deskripsi mata kuliah bahasa Inggris, yaitu mata kuliah ini dirancang untuk membekali mahasiswa kemampuan memahami, menganalisis, memproduksi teks ilmiah berbahasa Inggris dalam konteks pertanian. Fokus utama adalah pengembangan keterampilan membaca, menulis, mendengarkan, dan berbicara agar mahasiswa mampu berkomunikasi secara profesional di bidang pertanian. Terdapat beberapa capaian pembelajaran lulusan yang menjadi rujukan utama, di antaranya CPL 5, kemampuan mengkomunikasikan fakta dan permasalahan, berani mengambil keputusan, serta menyelesaikan masalah pada skala kelompok dan stakeholder secara luas. CPL 10, kemampuan merancang solusi berbasis metode ilmiah dan memfasilitasi proses mediasi secara global. CPL 11, kemampuan berpikir analitik untuk mendiagnosis informasi dan memberikan solusi komprehensif terhadap permasalahan yang berkembang. Untuk mencapai capaian pembelajaran lulusan, mata kuliah ini didukung dengan CPMK, yaitu secara khusus CPMK mata kuliah bahasa Inggris mencakup CPMK 1, memahami dan mensintesis teks ilmiah dalam bentuk report, prosedur, dan descriptive text. CPMK 2, menulis teks ilmiah secara benar dan relevan dengan konteks pertanian. CPMK 3, menerjemahkan, mempresentasikan, dan mengkomunikasikan informasi ilmiah dengan etika profesional. Baiklah, mata kuliah bahasa Inggris ini dilaksanakan selama 16 pertemuan termasuk UTS dan UAS. Struktur yang saya ajarkan terdiri dalam 2 tahap utama. Yang pertama adalah tahap dasar, di pertemuan pertama hingga pertemuan ke-7. Mahasiswa akan mempelajari tentang simple present tense, simple past tense, dan present continuous tense yang seluruhnya dalam konteks pertanian. Selanjutnya, ada teknik presentasi yang efektif dan ditutup dengan proyek presentasi TED Talk sebagai tugas penguatan keterampilan berbicara dan menyampaikan informasi ilmiah. Pada tahap lanjutan, di pertemuan ke-9 hingga ke-15, mahasiswa akan diajarkan struktur kalimat termasuk active dan passive voice, serta proyek pembuatan artikel opini berbahasa Inggris yang dilaksanakan secara bertahap, mulai dari perencanaan, penulisan pendahuluan, pengembangan isi, hingga menjadi suatu artikel yang utuh. Seluruh materi ini dirancang agar mahasiswa memiliki kompetensi komunikasi akademik yang terstruktur, sekaligus mampu mempraktekkan penggunaan bahasa Inggris secara profesional dalam bidang pertanian. Sistem pembelajaran mata kuliah bahasa Inggris dilakukan secara blended learning dengan memadukan tatap muka dan pertemuan secara daring. Untuk mendukung proses belajar, saya menggunakan Google Classroom sebagai platform interaksi asinkron, upload RPS, penyediaan materi, dan pengumpulan tugas. Selain itu, saya juga menggunakan platform Wayground, yaitu platform kuis interaktif, sehingga saya dapat menilai kuis mahasiswa dan kemampuan mahasiswa secara real time dan interaktif di kelas. Metode pengajaran mencakup kontekstual dan task-based learning, cooperative learning, dan project-based learning. Pendekatan ini memastikan pembelajaran berpusat kepada mahasiswa dan memotivasi mereka untuk aktif, kreatif, dan mampu mengaplikasikan bahasa Inggris dalam situasi nyata di bidang pertanian. Dalam aspek asesmen, penilaian dilakukan secara komprehensif melalui proyek presentasi dan proyek menulis artikel opini berbahasa Inggris yang masing-masing memiliki bobot sebesar 25%. Kemudian terdapat kuis formatif dengan bobot 10% dan ujian tengah semester dan ujian akhir semester dengan masing-masing bobot adalah 20%. Rubrik penilaian dikembangkan untuk memastikan aspek kognitif, afektif, dan psikomotorik dapat terukur secara transparan. Demikian pemaparan singkat mengenai pengajaran saya dalam rangka unjuk kerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi. Selanjutnya saya akan menyampaikan materi salah satu video pengajaran saya untuk mata kuliah bahasa Inggris terkait dengan passive voice in the agricultural context. Pembelajaran ini menggunakan metode kontekstual dan cooperative learning dengan aspek assessment, penggunaan serta penulisan passive voice yang tepat baik lisan maupun tulisan. Selamat menyaksikan, terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning. Okay, so how are you? Fine. Good. Okay, fine, good. Okay, all is well. Yeah, all is well. Okay, so today we're going to move on to our next topic. It is about the active and passive voice. Okay, but before I start our materials today, did you still remember what our lessons last week? Part of speech, yeah, good. It is about part of speech. Thank you. In part of speech, there are two kinds of participles. Do you still remember what kind of participles? It is about present participles and past participles. Good. Okay, yeah. So when we are talking about the present participles, it is usually talk about the active sentence. Okay, dealing with the active sentence, and past participle dealing with the passive sentence. Okay, that's why today we're going to focus on this one. It's still related to our lessons today. Okay, so by the end of the class, okay, I hope you can identify and distinguish between active and passive sentence, analyze text containing active and convert the active to passive, and construct the active and passive sentence in writing and speaking. So today we're going to have fun, everyone, yeah? You're going to be an artist and also the presenters, okay? So, let's start. Unveiling the story of our rice. We cannot mention one by one, right? Okay, so which are the focus? The process of harvesting or the farmers? Which one is the focus? The harvesting process or the farmers? The harvesting process. Good. Yeah, that's why we're going to talk about the harvesting process. This is the process when the rice becomes the food. Okay. So can you see on the pictures what is he doing at the beginning? It is about seed sowing. Good. Do you know what is seed sowing? You know what is seed sowing? No? Okay. This is preparing about the seeds so it becomes ready to be planted. Okay, it's ready to be planted. Okay, and after that, what do? After you prepare the seeds, you make it seedlings for number 2. Okay, and then how about after seedlings? What do? Pardon? Plants. Okay, good. After that, what do you do then?
You plant the plant on other land, like for example in the rice.
Okay, good. You transfer the plants into the nursery bag. Ya, we call it the nursery bag. Ya, jadi untuk yang alasnya padi itu namanya nursery bag. Okay, and then after that you are waiting the rice to grow, right? And then you are harvesting the rice, okay, and you keep in the storage. Okay, good. Yeah, this is the process of planting and harvesting cycles. Okay, now Now let's talk about this one, yeah? After you know about the process, okay, what is the relationship actually between the process of harvesting and planting the planting the rice with the active and passive voice? Okay, yeah? As I mentioned before, active voice, when you are talking about the active voice, you are focusing to the who? Tadi fokusnya kemana kalau aktif tadi?
The subject.
Good, exactly. Subject and you. And then how about passive? How about passive?
Object.
This focus on the
Object.
object. Good, exactly. Thank you. Object or the process. Yes. This one, yeah. Okay, I have that sentence. Apa itu bacanya? Farmers plant crops to increase, okay, to increase and so on, yeah, to increase and so on. Okay, so this is what makes the difference between active and passive. You can see from this sentence. The first sentence and the first word is farmers. Okay, if you want to make a passive, you can move the good crops and then plant and then you move the farmers. Do you think this is logical? Crops plant the farmers? No, right? Okay, so it becomes crops. Good. It is because it is there is here. So it is more than one. So are good, yeah. Crops are planted because uniform people are planted. Of course, not planted farmer. It is using by farmers. This is how we change now. From this one, which one is the focus here? It's changing the focus, right?
Yes.
Yang ini fokusnya ke crops, and then this one is farmers. Okay, so if it, because we focus on crops, okay, we are not rely on the farmers. Jadi nggak penting, options. We don't care who are the doer. We just care about the crops. You got it? Okay, yeah. This is the difference between active and passive. Okay, so that one, yeah. As I said before, in passive voice, the doer is not important. Okay. So far, do you have any questions? Yes. Amari, go on.
Can you give examples where the doer isn't important or isn't clear?
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Amari. That's a very good question. Okay, yeah. As I said before, in passive voice, when the doer is not important. Okay, it's not important. When in the process, okay, you just want to focus. For examples, in like rules. Okay, everyone have to do that. We should not mention specific persons. Okay, so when the doer is not important, if you want just only focus to the action itself. Yeah. Okay, so now let's move on. Nah, tadi seperti saya bilang, what I explained before, we use passive to describe the agricultural process and techniques. Okay, my question for you. Why? Tadi kan saya sudah bilang ya, I have already told you that when we want to focus to the subject, we use active sentence. When we want to focus to the actions, we use passive. Good. Okay. My questions. Why, when we describe about agricultural process, about agricultural techniques, we use passive? Why? Kenapa sih kok kita harus pakai passive when we describe about process, about techniques? Why? Kenapa? Tadi apa tadi? Ini alasannya tadi di depan ya tadi.
Because
Yes.
we want to focus on activity of the process.
Exactly. Because we just focus to the activity, or what's your name?
Ilham.
Ilham. Thank you so much, Ilham. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you very much. That's correct. Yeah, everyone. Because we just focus to the activities. We don't care who do that. You got it? That's why we use passive. Okay. Good. Before I move to the activities, do you have any questions? Good. What's your name? Ali. Okay, Ali. Go on. What's your question?
You said you are talking about the process.
Mm-hmm.
When going to use this passive voice?
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ali. That's a good question. So, besides talking about the process, can you imagine what kind of process that doesn't want to know or that doesn't need the subject itself? For example, when you are revealing or discovering the research results, hasil penelitian. Kenapa hasil penelitian menggunakan passive? Why? Karena kita fokusnya kemana? We want to focus on the activity itself, the results. Yeah, we don't focus to the researchers. We just focus to the results. And then the second, when you want to give rules, who do the rules? Siapa yang melaksanakan peraturan tersebut? Everybody, right? We cannot mention one by one. That's why you have just use passive to get the actions. And then when you want to describe about something that happened in the land, misalnya ketika tanaman ini diserang oleh hama, seperti itu ya. Nah itu adalah kita fokusnya kemana ya? Tanamannya yang diserang atau fokusnya siapa hamanya? Fokusnya kemana? Fokusnya ke tanamannya, betul. Nah ini yang tadi saya bilang, reporting research findings, stating the rules or standards. Good, ini adalah berhubungan dengan apa yang saya mau jelaskan selanjutnya. Thank you Ali ya. Oke, nah this one, when you want to highlighting the impacts or the consequence. Nah ini karena jelas ya, jadi spotlight itu adalah kegiatannya. Nah ini ada farmlands were affected by severe floods this year. Ini kan kita fokusnya kemana itu? Fokusnya kepada farmlands-nya. Nggak ada orangnya sama sekali ya kan? Nah itu ya ketika meng-highlight impact atau consequence. Dan yang terakhir ini adalah explaining damage or disease. Jadi mungkin kalau kalian in agricultural process, this one, the corn crops, for example, in that area were attacked by fall armyworms. You don't want to know who is the person, but you just focus on the plants, on the crops. Okay, you got it? Okay ya. Nah, sekarang sudah belajar tentang functionsnya, tentang fungsi dari passive voice dan konteks-konteksnya passive voice, terutama dalam agricultural context. And this is how we change. Nah, seperti yang tadi saya bilang, sudah kita praktekkan di awal. Bagaimana tadi cara mengubah untuk menjadi passive voice adalah pertama, objeknya dipindah ke you move the object in the subject positions, and then of course the characteristic of passive voice is this one ya. This one adalah be, to be. Nah, ini harus ada be-nya. Be-nya macam-macam. Ada S, M, R, was, were. Nah, itu ya. Kemudian ikuti apa ini? Nah, ini past participle sudah muncul di sini. Ini ya, bentuknya kalau kita ngomong biasanya kalau di bahasa Indonesia adalah verb 3 gitu ya. Namanya itu penggunaannya verb 3. Tapi dalam istilahnya adalah past participle. Good. Ingat-ingat ya. Nah, ini supaya lebih paham, langsung praktek aja kita ya. Oke, langsung praktek aja kita. This one. Nah, ini saya punya berbagai macam. Jadi kenapa sih passive itu kok sulit di dalam, maksudnya banyak tantangan gitu. It's quite challenging because ini adalah tenses yang kita pelajari sebelum TSD ya, semoga kalian masih ingat, dan itu akan digunakan semua dalam bentuk passive. Perubahannya gimana? Kita coba ya. Yang nomor satu, misalnya the farmer plant the crops, itu kalau dijadikan seperti ini, maka the crops are planted by the farmer. Sudah ya, yang satu sudah terkuat ya jawabannya. Oke, how about number 2? Silakan mencoba. Come on. Silakan, ada yang bisa mencoba? Yes, kecuali Mbak Ibrana, go on. Number 2.
The crops are planting by farmer.
Oke, the crops are planting. Tadi ingat kalau di dalam passive harus ada be-nya. Maka karena itu bentuknya kan Mbak ya. The farmers are the crops are, harusnya gimana? The crops are karena ada be-nya ya. Dan itu ada planting, maka are being. Good. Planted. Nah, gini ya, the crops are being planted. Yang by the farmers itu optional, nggak wajib karena nggak harus disebutkan. Thank you, Ibrana. Good. How about the past simples? Go on. The past simples? Yes, what's your name, Karina. Karina, go on Karina.
The crops were planted by the farmer.
Oke, itu adalah the farmers planted the crops. Hampir sama seperti ini tadi kan. Nah, this one yang sama seperti ini. Cuma kalau bentuk past tense-nya apa? Were, good. Jadinya the crops jadi apa ini? Were planted, ya. Were planted by the farmers. Good. Okay, good. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, I want to make a group consist of 4. I think this is already 4, yeah. 4. We just use this group only. Okay. So I will give you this one, yeah. I will give you the text here. You are group 1, number 1. You are group 1, and you are group 2. You are group 3, and you are group 4. This one, okay? Group 4. Let me read it here. Okay, why I ask you to be painters, okay? Now, because you're going to draw like this, everyone. Yeah. Okay, now let's try. Kita mau coba. Okay, this one, ya. As you can see. Nah ini, coba itu ya. The farmers prepare the land carefully before planting. Kira-kira saya harus menggambar apa ya jika kalimatnya seperti itu ya? Kalian akan harus gambar. The farmer prepare the land carefully before planting. Berarti kita harus gambar apa gitu? Gambar petani gitu ya, boleh lah gitu ya. Oke, gambar petani. Oke, kemudian prepare. Gimana cara ngomongin prepare? Gambarnya apa ya? Cangkul, oke. Misalnya gambarnya gini ya. Oke, masih pakai cangkul boleh. Atau mungkin yang modern boleh lah. Nah, kemudian prepare. Ini gambar saya ya. Jadi ini supaya kalian lebih percaya diri. Ternyata gambarnya lebih gambar saya gitu ya. Oke, kemudian apa ini lainnya ya mungkin ya. Nah, ini kan before planting. Before planting. Jadi mungkin ini adalah gambar pertama. Nah, nanti kalian akan membagi gambar ini kepada teman-teman kalian dalam satu grup. Ini proses yang pertama. Kalian gambar seperti ini, digaris. Kemudian nanti langsung bergantian. Jadi gantian misalnya salah satu paper Hana yang duluan, kemudian pindah ke Amare, kemudian gambarnya adalah Raihan dan gambarnya Ilham. Oke. Jadi masing-masing orang wajib menggambar. Digaris. Nah, itu ya. Silakan. After you draw, okay, are you ready for present your pictures to create a passive voice? As you can see on the slide. Your text is every sentence is an active sentence. Okay, if you can see, so you're going to pretend you're drawing. Okay, you're drawing in passive voice. Okay, yeah. Remember when you are drawing, do not write any clue, everyone. You just only put a picture, no clues. So, okay, so everyone, please draw one picture. One sentence, one picture for everyone. Okay, can you? let's start from about this one. Okay, group 1, the time is yours. Go on.
Okay, so our group is talk about rice planting process. The first is the land is prepared by the farmers carefully before planting. It's using you can use a tractor or maybe what's
Hoe.
hoe.
Okay, good. And then for the next second, which one is the picture? Can you show the picture, Amari? Okay, what is he doing?
The field is getting watered by
The field is watered. Okay,
water
good.
to soften the soil.
Good, thank you. The third,
So,
what is the pictures?
the rice seedlings are water planted.
The rice seedlings. Okay, as you can see on the picture, the rice seedlings is or are
These are
Okay.
planted.
the rice seedlings are
The rice seedlings are planted
planted by
by the workers.
the workers. Okay, good. The last process.
Okay, the fourth stage is the fertilizer are added to the land
Good.
to enrich the nutrient.
Good, thank you. The last one?
The last one.
Okay.
Okay, the last one is finally
Uh-huh.
the irrigation system. Every morning
The irrigation system
is checked
is
every
checked.
morning
Good, good.
to ensure the water supply.
Okay, good. Give applause to group 1 ya. Thank you group 1. Okay, please down. Thank you. Ini gambarnya. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much ya for your presentation. Okay, so by doing this, do you think learning past tense is easier or not? Yes, because you can visualize, yeah. You can visualize and you can practice and everyone work together. That's a good team collaboration for you. Okay, so I think that's all because we are running out of time. And don't forget the homework or the practice section in the Google Classroom. And the deadline is next week. And I will check your work next week in the Google Classroom. Okay, if you done the homework, you will get 1 point or 1 point activation stars. Okay, so thank you so much.